All right, people, here we are again, another video just in the second week of the year. I'm gonna pick my favorite color. My favorite color is it Galaxy? Yeah, I think my favorite color is Galaxy. All right, so it's late and yeah, so I'm gonna try to give y'all as much energy as possible because I'm making this Wednesday. All right. So here we are. So solving equations with rational numbers. When I think about rational, when I made the faces, they stood for rational people or irrational people. Rational numbers, what we've learned, are numbers that can be expressed as a fraction. Hence all the wonderful fractions. My galaxy needs to gain a little weight, be a little thicker. There we go. All right. Look at the galaxy. Y'all see the stars? Great. They look wonderful. Okay. So we've done these. We did these yesterday. And so we're going to go through them again. I apologize. All I have is lost my pen, so it hasn't been found yet. So here we go. This wonderful handwriting is coming up. So negative 3x over 4. We learned yesterday that when this coefficient right here is not 1, and we have a fraction, that we multiply by the what? Reciprocal. So we multiply both sides by a negative 4 over 3. Multiply by a negative 4 over 3. I think my pen might have to lose some weight. It's going to take up too much space. All right, and we know that cancels, and we get x is equal to, and can't use the cross reduction here, so you have to multiply straight across, and we get negative 32 thirds. Did I prove these problems from your homework? I think I may have. Negative 32 thirds. All right. Over here, again, this coefficient is not 1 in the numerator, so we multiply, when we have a fraction, we multiply by the reciprocal, which is going to give us negative 5 halves times by negative 5 halves. I think my handwriting is looking good. What y'all think? Of course, wouldn't disagree with me. It's too early. All right, we can cross reduce. You can do negative 10 times negative 5. Put my little pencil to negative 10 times negative 5, and it'll give you 50 over 2. Or you can say, hey, I can simplify this by dividing both by 2, and that gives me a negative 5 over 1, and then negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. All right, let's look at the next one. Again, multiply by the reciprocal, because notice, hey, it's not 1 is negative 1. So the opposite of a negative 1/2 would be a positive negative, well, positive negative, which would be a negative 2. I was about to say a positive negative 2. Y'all know it's late. Y'all expect random thoughts, random communication, random comments, because I'm tired. I really am. But I do this for you, just for you. And then 3 times negative 2 is a negative 6. All right. We saw this yesterday as well. Big fraction. I remember Talia was bold enough to stop and ask a question. Thank God for Talia for doing that. So we multiply both by 5. Multiply both by 5, because this is no different. You don't write this down, but this is no different than saying x over 5 is equal to 9. I don't know if y'all heard my stomach just growl. All right, so it's no different. So if I had x over 5 is equal to 9, I would multiply both sides by 5. Y'all see the galaxy? The galaxy look wonderful. All right, so that's what we do here. So we're going to get the fraction out of the number out of the denominator by multiplying by 5. We're not distributing that 5, because we know that if we multiply by 5 and there's a 5 on the bottom, we're really saying 5 over 5, which is 1. We learned that yesterday as well. So we end up with 3x plus 6 is equal to 45. Subtract 6 from both sides, subtract 6. We get, ooh, I'm probably going too fast. I'm going to slow down, because yesterday in 4th block, somebody was like, slow down. And I think it's because they couldn't see. But I'm going to get my slate, y'all. When I get my slate, oh, y'all about to find out the magic. It's coming in the mail tomorrow. We're not playing games. About to be a superhero in this class. And we get x is equal to 13. All right, you write on the lines because you can. All right, let me slow down. So again, we do the same thing here. We multiply this by 4. Come over here and multiply u by 4. I don't think I'm slowing down. Oh, gosh. So we get a negative 2x minus 8. Ooh, if I talk slow, I will slow down. Is equal to 40. What do we do now with this one-step equation? We add 8 to both sides. Add 8 to both sides. We get negative 2x is equal to 48. What do we do now? We divide by negative 2. I'm still going fast. I'm sorry. Divide by negative 2. We get x is equal to a negative 24. Y'all see the galaxy? Yay, it's the galaxy. Watch this. Ooh, you see the stars? They're amazing. They're amazing. All right, so now we draw a balanced line, and then we're going to get the 4 out of the denominator by multiplying by 4, multiplying by 4. I'm talking slower. And we bring down what's in the numerator. So we get 2 minus 5x plus 8 is equal to 40. Okay, so what do? We combine like terms. Some of y'all would subtract 8 and then turn around and subtract 2, which is same thing when we get there. We subtracted 10, so we get 10 minus 5x is equal to 40. What do we do now? We subtract 10 from both sides. Subtract 10 from both sides. We get negative 5x is equal to 30. What do we do now? We divide both sides by negative 5, and we get x to be negative 6. Now, when I'm tired, I'm liable to make a mistake. So when I do, just know that, oh, you did that wrong, Mr. O'Neill, and just correct it. All right, we're going to move on. Okay, so these problems are the new problems. This is what we're going to concentrate the rest of this class on. I'm going to teach you 2 ways to do the 2 problems. I'm going to show you one way on the left, one way on the right, one way on the left, one way on the right. Because one of your homework problems will be like, hey, there's 2 ways to do this. What are the 2 ways to do this? So I'm going to show you 2 ways. You pick whatever way you would like to use later on. But you need to know the math behind this way. We know that this is the distributive property. So we would distribute this here and distribute this here. I'm going to show you a shortcut just in case we get some crazy fractions later on. So we can take a look at the denominator. Don't write this down, just watch this. Take a look at the denominator and say, hey, denominator, do you go into both of these coefficients? Well, one's a coefficient, one's a constant. But do you go in both those numbers? If you do, you're going to make our fractions go away. So if it does go into both of the numbers, I have a feeling there's a little voice in my head saying you're going to complicate things for some people. I'm going to show you anyway because you're in Math 1. All right. So if the denominator goes into both numbers, guess what's going to happen? This is what's going to happen, y'all. We're going to say, don't write this down. We're going to do negative 1 over 2 times 4, where it's really 4x. And it's going to be over 1. Technically, we're going to end up getting negative 4x over 2. And so we're going to end up dividing by 2. That's what that 2 comes from. It comes from there. So we end up getting negative 2x. So what I'm going to say to you is just go ahead and divide by it. Right? That's what I'm going to say to you. And then just distribute the numerator. So watch this magic. Watch this magic. Hold up. Go away. Let me use the eraser. Oh, wrong thing. Eraser. Watch this magic, y'all. Watch this magic. If this number goes into both of those numbers, just divide them. So 2 goes into 4x. We're going to say 2x times, and then 2 goes into 8, negative 4 times. And then take that negative 1 and distribute. So negative 1 times 2x is negative 2x. And then negative 1 times negative 4 is a positive 4 is equal to 10. Y'all see what I did there? If you don't know what I did there, basically I took half of 4 and half of 8. And then I multiplied it by negative 1. This works when both the denominator goes into both of the numbers that you're distributing to. Some of y'all will be like, well, Mr. O'Neill, basically I could have did that by taking the half. Yes, you could have, but the numbers are going to get a little more whatever in the future. All right, and now we solve this by just subtracting 4. It's a 2-step equation. So we get negative 2x is equal to 6. Divide by negative 2. I'm going too fast. I'm sorry. Divide by negative 2, and we get x is equal to a negative 3. I'm about to say negative 6. Y'all heard me go. Yeah, I was about to say negative 6. All right. If you didn't understand what I did, rewind it. I'm going to do that again because I think if I teach you a new way right after that way, you're going to be like, oh my God, I don't know what you're talking about. So if this 5 goes into both of the numbers, then it's good for us. If not, then we're going to end up with a fraction. So notice that this 5 doesn't go into that 1, so I can't use my trick there. No, got to multiply. And this 5 goes into this. Okay, I'm going to listen to my voice. I'm going to not teach this way. I'm going to teach one way, and then I'm going to teach the other way. Just forget that way. We're going to always distribute, y'all, because I just have a feeling that some people just going to really be lost. So we're just going to do the old distributive property. So we're going to take this, and you just have to know how to multiply fractions. Negative 2/5 times a negative 1. Negative, this is a negative 1. Math competent people know that's a negative 1. So we end up with 2/5 x, and then we're going to do a negative 2/5 times a negative 5. So negative 2 times negative 5. Watch my little hand. Negative 2 times negative 5 is 10. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So that's positive 2. I mean, what are we doing? This thing is acting weird now. Positive. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? Okay, so it's not acting weird anymore. So yeah. So I did a negative 2 times negative 5, negative 2 times negative 5, which is 10. And then I said 10 divided by 5, which is 2, is equal to 8. Forget my shortcut. That's what we're going to do for the beginning problems. All right. And then I'm going to bring this down. Subtract 2. Why is it doing this again? Subtract 2. Why are you doing this? Oh, and then we end up with 2/5 x. Okay, now it's acting right. Is equal to 6. All right, reciprocal time, y'all. Multiply by 5 over 2 because that's reciprocal time. 5 over 2 cancels out. We get x. We can use a shortcut. We can divide both of these by 2. 3. 3 times 5 is 15. That's 1. Equal to 15. If you don't want to use the shortcut, 6 times 5 is 30. Divided by 2 is 15. It's the same thing I'm doing right here. I'm going to do all the same type of problems so y'all don't get confused. And then I'm going to show y'all the different way down there. And you'd be like, I wish you would have showed us that in the beginning. I always show y'all the hard stuff in the beginning to make you appreciate the other way. All right, distribute this here. To distribute that, I say 3 times 10 is 30. 30 divided by 5. That's the shortcut I was showing y'all because you're going to end up dividing by 5, but whatever. 30 divided by 5 is 6. So we get 6x minus 3 times 20 is 60. That's negative 60. And 60 divided by 5 is 12. Is equal to 8. I don't know where I got 8 from, but that's a negative 6, Mr. O'Neill. All right, we add 12 to both sides. Add 12 to both sides. We get 6x is equal to 6. Divide by 6. Slow down. Divide by 6. X is equal to 1. Let's do this again, everybody. So we say negative 2 times 12 is negative 24. Negative 24 then divided by 3 is going to give us a negative 8. Negative 2 times 6 is a negative 12. Negative 12c divided by, I was about to write it down. Negative 12c. Sorry, I need you to undo. There we go. Negative 12c divided by 3 is negative 4c is equal to negative 5. And now we can add 8. Add 8. We get negative 4c is equal to what? Well, that's 3. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. And we get c. Oh my gosh, we got a fraction. Is equal to 3/4. All right, got that? All right. All right. Okay, so that's that way. That's the distributive way. Watch this way. You're going to so appreciate that way. All right, so this works again when you're distributing a fraction to, well, all the problems look the same, whatever. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the 3 out of the denominator by multiplying both sides by 3. Watch this. So I multiply both sides by 3. You get that 3 out of the denominator because all all of this is one term because the is not separated by an addition and subtraction sign. So this is really one term being multiplied. So I get rid of the 3, and then I'm left with 2 times 12 plus 6c is equal to 54. Okay? So now we just distribute like we would normally distribute, right? Right. So 2 times 12 is 24, plus 2 times 6c is 12c is equal to 54. This way really works out when you get a fraction. So some of y'all be like, Mr. Earl, this seems longer and harder. You know, the other way, at least you got rid of the fractions. Well, you know, it works out to get rid of these fractions right here, which you'll see in a moment. Okay, let me go back. All right, subtract 24 from both sides. Subtract 24 from both sides. And we get 12c is equal to 30. And then we divide by 12, divide by 12. C is equal to 30 twelfths, but that's not simplified. So you need to simplify this. That's an arrow, though that looks like a mess. And you can divide both numbers by 2. You get 15 over what? 6. And you can divide it by nothing else again but 3. And you'll end up with what? 5 over 4. Okay. So, did I do that right? I feel like I did something wrong. It's 5 over 2. What am I talking about? I was like, say that ain't right. 5 over 2, y'all. Sorry, told you it was late. Because you can divide both numbers by 6. 30 divided by 6 is 5. 12 divided by 6 is 2. All right, so C is equal to 5 halves. All right, let's do this again. Again, some of y'all be like, Mr. O'Neal, I just want to distribute. Well, you can distribute. You can. But I'm just showing you another way to do this. Get this 4 off the bottom by multiplying both sides by 4. And then, y'all, when you distribute this 1, I mean, technically, we can do 2 things at once. I could have did that. I'll do that for the rest so y'all can feel like we're saving a step. So when you distribute that 1 now, you just left with 8c minus 4 is equal to negative 8. Well, look at here. Now this looks like it's a shorter way. Add 4 to both sides. Add 4 to both sides. I apologize for the length of this video, but this is what it is. We get 8c is equal to negative 4. Divide by 8. Divide by 8. We get c is equal to negative 4/8, which is negative 1/2. All right, let's use the other way again. Now, this way really works because if you distribute here, you get a positive 3/4, and you don't get rid of the fractions. But if you do this, multiply both by 4 over here, multiply by 4 over here, and then turn around and say, hey, I'm going to distribute now. Okay, so that's going to be the shortcut. We're going to do 2 things at once. All right, so I end up getting 3x minus 48 is equal to a negative 32. Now it looks like a shortcut, right? And now we add 48 to both sides, add 48 to both sides. We get 3x is equal to 16. And now we divide by 3. Look at all these fractions. None of these things are working out right. And we get x is equal to 16/3. And the reason why I do that because I want y'all to get used to getting fractions. All right, let's do our new shortcut way again. We're going to multiply by 3, multiply by 3, distribute this 1, distribute this 1. All right, you're gone, and I get 10x minus 19 is equal to a negative 9. Then we come over here, we add 19 to both sides, add 19 to both sides. We get 10x is equal to a positive 10. Well, look at here. This is going to actually work out. Divide by 10. Divide by 10 is doing that little weird thing again. And we get x to be 1. All right, so there's 2 ways to do this. Whew. Wow, y'all might got another 20 minutes for this next way. These other problems are hard. All right, so 2 ways to do this. You can distribute everything from the get-go, right? Distribute the negative 1/2 to everything. Distribute the negative 2/5 to everything. That's one way. And then the other way is say, hey, get rid of this number at the bottom, multiply it by both sides, and then distribute the numerator to the top. Yep, that's the other way. There's another way, but I'm not going to show y'all 3 ways. That'd be too confusing. All right, y'all. Now, this is where we get to these harder problems. And so I need you to really pay attention to me. So whenever we have more than one fraction in the problem, y'all see this? You don't have to circle this. I'm going to circle this. This is one fraction. That's 2 fractions. More than one fraction in the problem. This is not more than one fraction. So we're not going to use that lesson here. More than, did I skip a problem? Oh, I skipped the page. There's another page of this. I'm going to have to add it on in a second. All right. When you have more than one fraction in the problem, we're going to find the least common denominator and multiply everything by it. So let me show you what this looks like. Now, y'all got to remember least common denominator. So just a quick lesson. Least common denominator is the first number that all these numbers have in common. All right. So the least common denominator between 3, 5, and technically I can put this over 1 if y'all really want to see it. And 1, the first number that 3 and 5, because 1 goes into everything, 1 is not particular, is 15. So we take the LCD and we multiply everything. And this is where y'all start messing up because y'all forget to multiply everything. Everything by 15. So I'm going to show you the math, and then I'm going to show you the shortcut that I'm going to use because it's basically what I've been doing. All right, so the math behind it, you don't have to write this down. So we're basically saying 2 times 15. Well, no, I don't, y'all, whatever. We just do it. 2 times 15 is 30. 30 divided by 3 is 10, right? So we get 10x plus 15 times 1 is 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3x. And then we come over here and say, well, 2 times 15 is 30. You know where people, I'm going to change my color. You know where people make a mistake? They make a mistake right here. They forget to multiply that. I say everything, all. Usually I say everything because I was running out of room. I said all. Everything by it. And notice the fractions are gone. Y'all, it's math magic. Let me go back to the galaxy. It's math magic. Now watch the galaxy. 10x plus 3x gives me 13x is equal to 30. Divide by 13. Divide, slow down, Mr. O'Neill. Divide by 13. X is equal to 30 over 13. Okay? That's what you do. I'm going to show y'all a shortcut when I get back to school, but because y'all gonna need to be there to make sure you understand it, because I don't want y'all to go crazy. All right, I'm gonna try to finish this video in 30 minutes. This is a 30-minute long video. I tell you, this file is gonna be huge. It's gonna take forever to upload. All right, so find the LCD, y'all, of 4, 2, and 6. What is the first number that 4, 2, and 6 have in common? Well, the easiest way is to take the 6 and do multiples of 6 and just say, hey, do all y'all go into this number? So we know all do not go into 6. Then the next multiple is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Well, 4, do you go into 12? Yes, I do. 2, do you go into 12? Yes, I do. 6, do you go into 12? Of course I do. I'm a multiple. So the least common denominator would be 12. So we take everything and we multiply it by 12. Multiply u by 12, u by 12, and u by 12. So we do 12 times 2, which is 24. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So we get 6x. Oh my gosh, the fraction is gone. All right, 3 times 12 is 36. 36 divided by 2 is going to be 18. Minus 18. Oh my gosh, the fraction is gone. And then 1 times 12 is 12. 12 divided by 6 is 2. When do we do this? When there are more than one fraction. All right. And now we just do this simple two-step equation. Add 18, add 18. 6x is equal to 20. Divide by 6, divide by 6. X is equal to, we got to simplify that, divide both of these by 2. And we end up getting 10 thirds. All right, so everyone, notice we do this when we have more than one fraction in the problem. So are we going to use this shortcut here? No. The reason why I put this here, because folks forget how to solve this problem. How do you get x alone? You do what? Add 8 to both sides. Now, can you multiply everything by 4? Yes, but why do that when you can just simply add 8? So we get 7/4 x is equal to -8. Well, -4 plus 8 is a +4. What do we do now? Reciprocal. 4/7. 4/7. You're gone. You give me 1. Can't simplify you. 4 times 4 is 16. 16/7. Look at these fractions. None of these problems are working out evenly. I want to get that in your head now because it's about the method, not about the number. 16/7 is a number, is a rational real number. So therefore, I need y'all to understand that there will be times we will get a fraction. Now let me pause and put this other page in. I'm back. All right, so like I went anywhere, I paused it for y'all. So do we use a shortcut here? Yep, there are. You don't have to circle 1, 2, 3, 4 problems that are a fraction. So we need to use, what are you doing? We need to use our shortcut. See, this is what happened last time. I thought this thing was gone. What's going on? Okay, I'll be right back. Technical difficulty. All right, I'm back. So yeah, so this is 1, 2. Is this the right problem? Why I feel like it's, oh yeah, I'm on the wrong problem. All right, this is 1, 2, 3 fractions. So y'all, we got to get rid of them. So let's get rid of them. How do we get rid of them? We find the least common denominator. So take the largest largest denominator, which is, oh my gosh, that's why I keep doing that. Keep pressing undo and it keeps scrolling up and messing up my stuff. So just click on the eraser tool, Mr. O'Neill. Take the largest denominator, 4, and take multiples. Well, 4, 3 doesn't go into 4. Let's go to 8. Well, 3 doesn't go into 8. Let's go to the next one, 4 times 3, which is 12. Yeah, 2 goes into 12, 3 goes into 12, 4 goes into 12. I know y'all like my voices last time, but we're running low on time. All right, so multiply everything by 12. So we take 12, we multiply everything by 12. 12. All right, -1 times 12 is -12. -12 divided by 2 is a -6. 1 times 12 is 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Don't forget about your x. Oh goodness, this handwriting is looking amazing. And then -3 times 12 is -36. -36 divided by 4 is -9. All right, now we got a two-step equation. Add 6 to both sides, add 6. We get 4x is equal to -3. Divide by 4, divide by 4. X is equal to -3/4. All right, can we use the shortcut here? Yeah, because we have how many fractions? 1, 2 fractions. So let's get rid of the fractions. By doing what? Finding the least common denominator. Goodness gracious. So look at the 6 and say, hey, 2, do you go into 6? Yes. Guess what I just found? The least common denominator. And multiply everything by it. All right, 9 times 6 is 54. 54 divided by 2 is 27. 27x minus 6 times 3 is 18. Is equal to 5 times 6 is 30. 30 divided by 6 is 5. All right, and then we just add 18. Add 18. 27x is equal to, that's 23. Divide by 27, divide by 27, and we get x to be 23/27. Because I want this video to be shorter than 30 minutes, I'm going to stop here and say you do this one and check with the person next to you. It's been amazing having you here in this wonderful time. This is Mr. O'Neill, another Beast Mode production, and I'm out.